Okay, so today we will be doing functions of marketing. So first function of marketing is gathering and analyzing market information. Obviously, yesterday we have discussed that in marketing you have to first identify the need and want of your customer. So how you will be able to identify the need and want of your customer? You have to collect some information and you have to analyze that information. On the basis of that information, you will be able to identify the need and want of the consumer. So this is important for making an analysis of the available opportunities and threats, as well as strengths and weaknesses of the organization, and help in deciding what opportunities can best be pursued by it. Obviously, when you will be analyzing the market conditions, the opportunities will be there and some threats will also be there. Like what people need next version or next improvement in your product, that is an opportunity. If no one is offering that, then you have an opportunity to offer that type of feature in your products. But same time, you may have some threats also. Maybe some competition is going to increase, or maybe some new player is going to enter into the market. Lot of risks are also there. So you have to judge the opportunities and you have to judge the risk also, as well as you have to compare that opportunity and risk in comparison to your strengths and weaknesses. Suppose, like you can take the current situation, lockdown. So in lockdown, many persons have identified some opportunities for the sanitizers, for the PPE kit. Various products are there. Where demand of that product is there. Hand wash and many other things are there. So they have tried to grab that opportunity. But certain areas have threat also, like it has threat also, it has risk also. You may also get affected with this disease. So you have to be safe. You have to keep yourself safe also. So you have to check your strength also. How much risk I can take, or what is my financial capability. Yeah, health insurance industry, good example. Health insurance industry identified an opportunity that now people will start taking insurance because right now a field situation is there. Yes. So yeah, immune boosters, very good. So they have increased advertising that this will increase your immunity. So people will start consuming. So that way people are always finding opportunity as per the environment. And you have to check your strength. Like suppose uh, an example I will take. Someone was manufacturing suppose PPE kit, but the production capacity was only 10 PPE kits per day. Now he is finding an opportunity there, that demand is there. I have to produce about 500 PPE kits per day or 1000 PPE kits I want to produce per day. So he has to check whether he has that financial strength or not to increase the machines, to increase the labor, or he has that much area or not. So a lot of factors are to be analyzed. You have to arrange the factors of production. If you are capable, you will be able to increase your strength. You will be able to increase your production. But if somewhere you are weak, maybe you are able to produce from 10 to only 100. So that much you can only increase according to the opportunity. So there are certain limitations also. So you have to check your strengths and weaknesses also. That will help you to grab the opportunity. See, I am reading only the important lines which I feel, but you have to read this all content whichever written is there. It will help you in understanding also. Some examples are also given. Now next is marketing planning. So when you have identified that which type of feature should be there or what product should I produce, what should I produce, how should I sell it. So when you have identified any opportunity or any threat, you have to plan accordingly. so that you will be able to survive in the market, you will be able to grow in the market. So now an example is given here. For example, if marketer of color TV having 10% of the current market share in the country aims to enhance his market share to 20%. Now, earlier, suppose if 100 TV sets are sold in the market, then out of that 100, 10 of his brand are purchased in the market. But he wants now in this particular year that my TV set demand should increase by 20. Means I should be able to sell at least 20 TV sets in the market out of 100. So other 80 are sold by others, but 20 I will be selling in the market in the next 3 years. So he has to first develop a complete marketing plan, because until and unless you will be producing that much quantity of goods, how you will be able to sell that? So that's why you have to uh, produce also that much quantity which you want to sell. So he will have to develop a complete marketing plan covering various important aspects, including the plan for increasing the level of production. You have to increase the production capacity. You have to promote your products. You have to introduce some promotion offers, or and specify the action programs to achieve this objectives. What activities I will be undertaking, how I will be achieving my task, my objective, that you have to lay down. That is called planning. So you have to prepare a comprehensive marketing plan for yourself for achieving that target. Now you have developed an idea, you have identified the need, you have developed a plan for achieving the target which you have decided for your own. Now next step is, next function is, you have to design the product and development. So you have to design your product according to the need of the consumer. The design of the product contributes to making the product attractive to the target customers. So that product should attract the target group. Suppose generally you will find the products for kids are having, like you can take the example of eatable items, snacks type items in the packets. They always, what they do to attract kids, they just put some small toy inside that, like that one chocolate one which I don't remember, that in egg shape, that also they are selling with some toy, yeah, Kinder Joy. Then some other packets are also doing the same strategy. So the kids get attracted to the toys, not to the eatable item. And in the attraction of that toy, they consume that product also. So the sales will automatically be done. So same strategy you have to adopt for your target market. So most of the products you will find for kids are having some cartoon stickers or the things which they like. Such things, or some small toys, such things they introduce with their products. A good design can improve performance of a product and also give it a competitive advantage in the market. Like you can take the example of bicycles, shoes, or dressings. They also put some cartoon feature on that, or colors, so that the kids get attracted. So like motorbike example is given here. We not only see its feature like cost or mileage, etc., but also the design aspects like its shape and style. It is well connected with you, because many of you will be purchasing motorbike or would have purchased motorbike with the same type of decisions. So you can connect it with it easily. Now next is standardization and grading. So these we are discussing the functions of marketing. What in marketing you will be actually doing. Good participation today. You are giving good examples also. So standardization refers to producing goods of predetermined specifications, which helps us in achieving uniformity and consistency in the output. So there are two things. One is standardization and one is grading. Standardization means that whatever product, suppose you are purchasing a mobile phone. So what you will first notice: screen size, then memory, how much GB is there, how much RAM is there, how much expandable storage is there, then how many SIM slots are there, one or two, it is dual SIM or it is single SIM, then its speed, its battery life, its processor. So many things you will be observing. Its price range, obviously, yes. Like Apple products are standard, then Samsung. So they are having different features in their products. So that is a standard, that if you are going to purchase this one, you will get this thing. So this is a standard from the company side. And in weight sense, you can also say standardization is done. Like suppose rice is sold in packets today. So you will find 1 kg bag, 5 kg bag, 10 kg bag. So there are standard sizes for each and every type of product, if you will see in the market. Standardization ensures the buyers that goods conform to the predetermined standards of quality, price, and packaging, and reduces the need for inspection. This is the benefit of standardization. Reduces the need for inspection, testing, and evaluation of the products, because you are knowing it previously from the very beginning that these are the features which I am going to purchase if I am purchasing this product. So this is the benefit of standardization. Now coming to the grading part. Grading is the process of classification of products into different groups on the basis of some of its important characteristics such as quality, size, etc. So you will find different grades of rice, different grades of agricultural products, export quality. Yeah, and fruit items you will find such grading. So they are graded in and separated, that this is of inferior quality, this is of little bit superior, this is of much superior quality, this is export quality. So that is for grading. What type of quality it is? The grading ensures that goods belong to a particular quality and helps in realizing higher prices for higher quality output. So grading is generally done in agricultural products. The next function is, so you have to, as a marketer, as a marketer, generally जो small shopkeepers हैं वो भी करते हैं grading. If you will visit a simple vegetable shop, they also do some sort of grading. Like they will tell you this bunch will cost you rupees 60 per dozen and this bunch will cost you 80 per dozen. Why? Only because of the quality. So from small shopkeeper to the large exporter, everyone is doing this grading. So this is also a function of marketing. Now I hope it is also clear. Now next function of marketing is packaging and labeling. So packaging refers to designing, yes, very good, and developing the package for the products. So packaging actually protects the product, and it also somewhere sometimes makes the product attractive also. It sometimes help to increase the price of the product also. If a simple product is delivered in a very good type of packaging, it gives a good impression to the buyer and it creates a sense of good quality in the mind also. Labeling refers to designing and developing the label to be put on the package. So whatever packing you are observing, on that package you have to give some information, and a lot of information is given. How to use that product, what are the precautions to be taken, who is the manufacturer, who is the marketer, what is the batch number of this product, what is the MRP, what is the life of this product, when it will expire, what are the ingredients, a lot of information. Or sometimes in food items you will find some recipes also there, customer care number also is there, email is also there, a lot of information is there. So labeling refers to designing and developing the label to be put on the package. The label may vary from a simple text to a complex graphics. Packaging is important not only for protection of the products but also serve as a promotional tool. Sometimes the quality of the product is assessed by the buyers from packaging. So examples are also given, and I hope you also are able to connect with these things which I am telling you. You can connect with any practical example also. If you have seen any packaging and labeling that might have felt, you have felt that it is attractive or it is showing that it is of good quality. Yes, next is branding. So branding is what you have to decide whether, like mobile is a generic name of a product. Now this mobile comes with different brand names: Samsung, Nokia, then Micromax, and various other brand names, Apple. So a lot of brand names are there. Now they are producing same thing, but the name is different. So you have to decide whether to sell the product in its generic name. Generic name means mobile, fan, pen. These are generic name of the product. But when you give them a name, that becomes a brand name. Or to sell them in a brand name. Brand name helps in creating product differentiation. Now, an Apple phone can be easily differentiated with Samsung. You know that this belongs to Samsung and this belongs to Apple. So now you know the difference in the quality also, difference in the pricing also. So it provides a basis for distinguishing the product of a firm with that of the competitor, which helps in building consumers' loyalty and in promoting its sale. Each one has its own customer base. Those who are liking Apple phone, they will buy only Apple phone. Those who are satisfied with Samsung phone, they will buy only Samsung phone. So that's way you get a customer loyalty also. And as and when they introduce some new product, the customer goes to buy the new product also. Now next function is customer support services. After selling your goods, you have to give a lot of services to your customers. So developing customer support services such as after sale service, handling customer complaints and adjustments. Sometimes customer is not comfortable with the product which he has purchased. You have to make him comfortable. You have to make him proficient with the use of that product. Then procuring credit services. Then maintaining services. Sometimes you find some companies provide AMC services also, annual maintenance services. So if your product needs, like vehicles generally, if you will observe, in case of vehicles, they provide you some initial services free of cost along with the product. Then technical services, like in case of washing machines, you will observe that in case of automatic washing machines, you need some special engineer for guiding you how to operate it, how to maintain it, and sometimes an error is coming there, so you have to get the technical support how to solve that error, and consumer information. So these all are the support services which if you will give to your customers, you will be able to connect better with your customers and they will be giving you repeat sales as well as mouth publicity also. Customer support services are very effective in bringing repeat sales from the customers and developing brand loyalty for a product. So see, in each and every function, some benefits are also given. Sometimes meaning is also given. So you have to observe these points and you have to write these points in this manner only. Now next is, and these all topics will come in detail in further topics also. Pricing of product. Now price of the product matters a lot. Refers to the amount of money customers have to pay to obtain a product. So meaning is already clear to you. Then several crucial decisions in this respect. I will give you an example of Reliance Jio. If before that you remember the telecom players like Idea, Vodafone, Airtel, they were charging 252 rupees 300 for 1 GB data, and they were giving that 1 GB data for 28 days. But when the Jio enters the market, they have changed the total scenario. To grab the market, to grab most of the part of the market, they introduced totally different plan. That for few months they have even given the data package free of cost to the customers, and afterwards they start charging. And even then they have kept the price very low, make it very affordable for each and every person. That was the reason that they have grabbed about 50 to 60% market in this sector. So you have to, including setting the pricing objectives. What is your pricing objective? Maybe you keep a price very high and you want that your product should be bought only by very high class people, very highly rich people. So that is your objective. Or sometimes your objective is that I will grab a big market share in the beginning and then I will be able to earn profit. So that's why you will keep your price very low. So determining the pricing strategy, what will be your strategy? Then determining the price and change in the prices. When to change the price, how much profit I should add to the cost. Each and everything you have to decide in this pricing of the product. Next function of the marketing is promotion. You have to promote your products. You have to give some offer, lucrative offer to the customers. So promotion of products and services involves informing the customers about the firm's product, its features, and persuading them to purchase these products. So important methods of promotion are advertisement, personal selling. Eureka Forbes, if you remember, they do this personal selling, publicity, and sales promotion. Sales promotion means adding some offers with your product. So these are the promotional techniques, and you have to decide your promotion budget, and you have to decide the mixture of these techniques. How much I will be spending on advertising, how much I will be spending on personal distribution, personal selling. So you have to make a combination of these. Then next function is physical distribution. You have to distribute the goods. Now, sometimes you are selling directly to the final consumer through online selling. Sometimes you are providing your goods exclusively on online platforms. Sometimes you appoint some distributors, and then distributors appoint retailers. In this way, your product will reach to the final consumer. So you have to define the strategy which you will be adopting, how you will be delivering your goods to the ultimate consumer. The next one is transportation. So you have to select the means of transportation also. If you are exporting, you have to select the ship or airways. If you are selling goods within the country, then various methods are available by road, by train, by flights. So many ways are available. So you have to see which one will be more cheaper for me, economic for me, and it will provide safety also. So according to the nature of the product, it will be selected. Analyze its transportation needs after taking consideration various factors: nature of the product, cost, and location of the target market, and in respect of mode of transportation to be chosen, and other related aspects. Next is storage or warehousing. So in storage, see, some products are having irregular demand, like woolen cloths will be demanded only in winters, but you have to keep them stored. You have to keep them safe till the demand comes. So in such case, you have to define your storage requirements, your warehousing requirements, how to store it safely. So there is a need for storage of adequate stock of goods to protect against unavoidable delays in delivery or to meet out contingency in the demand. So these all are the functions of marketing. Now coming to the role of marketing, importance of marketing means, so any type of organization, it is profit or non-profit, each one has to market his ideas. Only then the people will add to you, people will be coming with you, people will buy your product or your services, or they will be getting associated with you for your purpose, and that will help you to achieve your objective. And it is also increasing the standard of living of the people, because companies are providing day by day good quality products in reasonable prices. New inventions are there, new ideas are there, like SMS was not there earlier, then WhatsApp was not there earlier. So it is making day by day our life easy. And a lot of mobile features, if you are using them, they are making you comfortable with your daily routine also. Reminders are also there. So role in a firm. So for a firm, profitability is the most important objective. And if you are able to satisfy your customers, they will make you give you more customers, and they will give you more and more demand. Your business will keep growing, and you will be able to achieve your objective with the help of marketing. So if you will go through this for the whole paragraph, you will find the same points are there. So identifying the need, addressing the need, designing the product, delivering the product in the most efficient manner, providing them after sales services. So these all are the important functions of marketing that you have to perform, and then you will be able to achieve your objective. Role in the economy, obviously, when the standard of living of the people is increasing, that will help to economy also grow, because more demand will be there. If the standard of living is going up, per capita income is going up, the level of income is going up, then that more demand will be there, more investment will be there, because of more savings are there. So more and more savings and more investment will start running the growth cycle. It can inspire people to undertake new activities and to set up enterprises for producing goods that are needed by customers. When demand will be there, new enterprises will also be there. And when new enterprises are also there, new jobs will be there, then demand will be there, consumption will be there, savings will be there. So this is the growth cycle which you might have studied in economics also. So that will start running and economy will start growing. So this linkage between the business and consumption centers accelerates the economic activity, leading to higher incomes, more consumption, and increased savings and investment. So I hope these all points are clear to you. We have completed the functions of marketing and role of marketing. Both topics we have completed. Now we will be starting very important topic, marketing mix, in the next week. If you have any query, if you want any point to be re-explained or discussion in detail, you can let me know that.